Outside, Walker. And again, no good by Brooklyn.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play. Boy, I tell you what, he does not look like your typical big man up there at the line. He has an excellent stroke and a percentage to match.
And now it's Neal running. He can go all the way. And the shot is good. Nets leading by 3. Outside, Walker. Walker missing again.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange.
Brooklyn with the ball. Walker in at point guard. Bogdanovich out there with Young. Then it's Blatch, and it's Hollis Jefferson in at the 2 spot. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn.
That's an unusual, surprising miss for him. Typically, he's good on those inside.
And an intentional foul right there. Eric Gordon. Here's Jack. 26 points for him last game against Cleveland.
Yeah, and he also did a great job on the backboards, Kev, and that also was a factor.
Lee passes to Stauskas. And Jack kicks to Walker. Lets it go with a 3. The shot is off. And New Orleans will go the other way with it. This game coming on the heels of their win against Toronto. And the first half is...
Kevin, we have...
here.
Some outstanding numbers in this one.
Bogdanovich is checked in for Brooklyn. Walker comes in for Jarrett Jack. And the Pelicans also making a change. Quincy Pondexter, he's checked in for Tyreek Evans. So for New Orleans right now, Davis and Ashik in the middle. Gordon and Pondexter are the wingmen. And it's Holiday in at point guard.
I really think that's the area they want to work the ball into, and it takes passing like that to get it done.
And that's an intentional foul. Jarrett Jack is checked in. 5 seconds left to play here in the third. Walker. Got it off in time.
All right now, I want everyone here at the Barclays Center to welcome to the court.
And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. And the foul called on 3. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game.
Coming on the floor for your Nets, Sean Kilpatrick.
And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. They poured it on tonight, Clark. A dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every...
Kevin, we have...
The 2K Sports post-game show.
And Ernie Johnson here again with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny Smith. Let's take double figures in both points and assists for the double-double that led the way tonight. And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoy.
So I came looking for you with Haitians. I stay on good Jamaican from different races. You get money, they started hating. I woke up in a new Bugatti. 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 I woke up in a new Bugatti.
We hating on riches of 100K I spent that on my wrist. $200 spent that on your model, put that on my list. Oh, there he going and foreign again. In the scene, bring the core in the end. We should've wrote. The ring go, I won't call her again. Run it in mountain. Crib as big as a college. Me up under the loudest. Whipping some with no mileage. Diamonds cost me a fortune. Them horses all in them Porsches. Can't handle afford it. 4,200 my mortgage. Falling like Corbett. You haters, you bore me. Only the real get a piece of the plate. Repping my city and running my state. Keep me up through they run with the. Won't beef, then I visit your place. Bang.
I can't look at you with
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey there, and thank you for joining us on 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. This NBA season didn't take long to get interesting, but these two gentlemen have always captured our interest. Say hello to Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Hello, Kenny.
Hey, how are you?
Hello, Shaq. Tonight, it'll be the Brooklyn Nets going up against the Atlanta Hawks. Looking at the Hawks, they lost Game 1 in this matchup earlier this season. They'll see them 4 times in all, looking to even the series with a win tonight. Fellas, it seems like so much goes into being successful at the professional level. I want to ask a more general question. What was the key to your success as a player and as a champion?
You know what? Most people would say you would start at the top, but I'll start where it began. Wilmot Benjamin, Tom Donahue, coaches who've helped me at my age.
On the floor for the visiting Atlanta Hawks. At shooting guard. At the other guard position, Kyle Korver.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for this NBA presentation. This is Kevin Harlan along. Brooklyn, David Lee checked in for Young. Bogdanovich comes in for Hollis Jefferson, and Walker subbed in for Jarrett Jack. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Atlanta. Dennis Schroeder comes in for Kyle Korver. On the court for Atlanta, they've got Horford. Ilyasova out there with Cephalosha. Then there's Teague. Nelson, the big men in the league, didn't mind drifting out and letting it fly from deep. Three-point shooters, centers, and power forwards. You take a look at Ilyasova, third in the NBA. He's someone that, if you leave him alone, he's going to knock it down.
And, you know, there was a time in the league when you wouldn't see a group of big guys like this, but the game has evolved. Versatility now is why we see so many bigs that can just flat out shoot it from anywhere.
And these guys are really incredible. I mean, on one trip, they give you points in the paint. On the next trip, they give you points behind the arc. Boy, talk about range and versatility in spades. You got it.
Cephalosha passes to Horford. Good D by Lee.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
And stolen by Horford. Here's Schroeder. And he gets the bucket.
Not trying to rattle any rims or racks there. Just up and in with the finger roll.
Ball's knocked loose. Walker. Chance there to take the lead. Missing. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Well, I had a chance to talk with the head coach for Atlanta. He said one of the key points for them defensively will be limiting the production of David Lee, adding he's a guy who can score inside and out, plays with great energy, and his passing really opens up their whole offense. We've got to keep him off the glass and always see ball and man when he's got it. Basketball 101, Kevin. We'll see if they can execute.
Always great to hear from you, Doris. They set the pick. Shot's good by Walker.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
And he gets it to go. Schroeder's got his second bucket tonight.
Really good awareness right there on the assist.
Here's Kilpatrick. 17 points for him last game against New Orleans. Lee kicks to Walker. 6 on the shot clock. And they're going to count the bucket and send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
Incredible body control right there. Don't know how he was able to get that one to go, but it sure was a thing of beauty to watch.
Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. Splitter comes in for Al Horford. And Tim Hardaway Jr. subbed in for Teague.
Those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten in the first half here.
And I think they should continue to work the ball down low, Clark. It's really going to free up their outside shooting.
Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Taking a look at Brooklyn, third best record here in the early going. And, of course, the Hawks, 2.5 games back.
And right now for the Hawks, hanging where they are, right in the middle of the standings, will not make things easy for them down the stretch.
Well, it figures to be a hectic finish to the season as they attempt to lock down a postseason berth. They've got very little margin for error the rest of the way.
Hardaway dishes to Ilyasova. Cephalosha kicks it over to Schroeder. Splitter sets a screen. And it's Schroeder missing.
Oh, that's got to be deflating and disappointing to miss a wide open shot like that right in your wheelhouse.
Out to the wing. Here's Bogdanovich. He picked up 15 points in their last win against New Orleans.
And not just the scoring, it was also how fierce he was on defense, grabbing 3 steals on the night as well.
The Nets with the lead. We've got 1:18 left to play in the first quarter. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. Walker's got 3 assists in the game. Schroeder kicks to Ilyasova. There's the double team with Walker. Out left to the wing. Cephalosha passes to Schroeder. To the paint. Splitter, that's good.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of closing those lanes to the hoop.
Tries it from 9. And off the front iron, and in it goes. 6 points for David Lee. We'll see if they want to trade 2 for 1 here.
Got to time up that clock to do so.
Now here's Schroeder, guarded by Walker, and it's Schroeder missing.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
Really left alone that time. And it's a 6-point Nets lead.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling, off to a very good start offensively as a result.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Rebound, Brooklyn. They defeated the Pelicans in their last game.
Yeah, ran away with that game, mainly in part because of their offense.
Yeah, the ball movement and player movement, so crisp and sharp, and it led to a lot of high-quality shots for them.
And they're scoring pretty. Nets out in front. They lead by 6. The second quarter right after this. And now the second quarter just getting for the Hawks. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Horford. Korver comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Teague in for Dennis Schroeder. On the court for Atlanta, Teague and Korver are the guards. Mike's got out there with Ilyasova. And it's Millsap in at the 3. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Nets.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And the other thing they've done well is they've run the shooters off their sweet spots. They've really closed out well and forced them to put the basketball on the floor.
They get a hand on it.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
No good from Lee. The Hawks trail by 13. Millsap dishes to Korver. Thaddeus Young grabs the miss.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Walker against Millsap. Kilpatrick passes to Young. And Walker kicks to Lee. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. 4 on the clock. Goes up from the top of the key. And it's Brooklyn scoring again.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Atlanta's got nothing but zeros from long range in the second quarter. 0 of 4. And the foul called on Freak. That is his first foul of the game. McCullough's checked in for Thaddeus Young. Splitter's checked in for Atlanta. Cephalosha comes in for Paul Millsap. Lee against Splitter. To the inside. Teague takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Teague's got 5 now.
You know, it's a plus to get good looks in the paint. And when you can get them, you got to score them.
While we have a break in the action, now let's check out the league's best shooting teams. The Nets second.
They've been outstanding all season long at knocking down their shots. They move themselves. They're looking for the best shot, not just the first available shot. And as a result, they've been excellent knocking them down.
That's leadership. Really, really valuable to have someone who can just take charge like he has.
Well, there's a certain amount of confidence you have when the ball is in his hands at that end of the floor right now. I mean, he just gives you a sense of calm and confidence because of how good he is. The D has gotten a little lax defending the three-point shot at that end.
3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have come from beyond.
Here's Walker. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Walker's got 10 points now just in this quarter.
And started hot, and he's only gotten hotter.
Cephalosha kicks to Teague. He feeds it to Korver. The kick out to Teague. Trains it from beyond the arc. Teague's got 8.
The D just sagged off just enough, and no hesitation on his part.
Right side, Lee. Pass to Kilpatrick. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
And they've done a great job of just keeping the pressure up on the scoreboard.
And that's why they're starting to pull away. I mean, not becoming conservative at all, just adding to the lead. I love seeing a team do that.
Splitter with a screen on Walker. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. 10 points for Teague.
They've slowed down casting those triples here in the second.
And Clark, I'd like to see them go back outside. They've been shooting well from the perimeter. Clearly, they've been the hotter team here in the first half.
Well, they've been grit and grind, working. For those high percentage shots, and quite honestly, it's paid off for him.
Korver kicks to Teague. That one is good. He's only missed one shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
You know, he's knocking down his shots today, but it hasn't really translated to the scoreboard yet.
That's a 2-pointer from Walker. Again, the Nets for 2.
Boy, he's really doing a nice job taking advantage of what the defense is giving.
Knocked loose. Teague dishes to Korver. In the corner, Cephalosha with it. Outside Korver, the feed to Teague. In transition, here come the Nets. And another, once again, shot good from Walker. Walker's got 21 in the game.
Boy, has he put his foot on the pedal here this quarter. He's doing a terrific job in terms of leading their offense.
Here's Teague. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Oklahoma City.
Yeah, not to mention the 4 big steals on the night, getting after it on both ends.
The points just keep coming for him this quarter, and just at the right time, too, as they try to narrow the deficit.
Here's Walker, and again, it's Brooklyn converting.
He's finding all kinds of ways to get it done. What a quarter he's having.
The Hawks trail by 21. Korver with it. Last game he had 12. In the corner, Cephalosha with it. Great look, but off the mark.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. Nets out in front, just dominating this one. And a chance now to...
Well, what a great job you did, both moving the ball and passing it and scoring it. What has been the key for you to this point?
Ladies and gentlemen,
welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here. Atlanta will go for a different look here. Scotty's checked in for Horford. Ilyasova comes in for Cephalosha. Hardaway's checked in for Kyle Korver. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Jeff Teague. Walker, he's in at the point. Bogdanovich out there with Young. Then it's David Lee. And it's Stauskas in at the 2 guard. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. 5 on the clock. And here's Walker outside. That's good. Walker's got 26 points.
Nice stroke from long range, and if he keeps getting those opportunities, he better take them.
Hardaway passes to Scott. For 3. That's in for his 5th make of the night. Now shooting at a 50% clip, 5 for 10.
Yeah, gutsy shot to come right back at him with the 3 of his own.
Well, we've seen it before. He doesn't have any problem trading shots with anybody.
Drops in the breakaway layup. Schroeder's got 13.
Really a heads-up play on both ends there. The steal and the quick push on the break.
Rapid-fire basketball at its best. Boom, 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 bang.
And he gets the bucket.
Dropping bombs. How many more threes are we going to see from him tonight?
Well, we've already seen plenty. I mean, he's got more points from outside the arc than inside of it so far.
Scott up top. And the Hawks getting another basket right there.
assisted Dennis Schroeder.
Nets leading by 18. Outside, Walker jacks up a three. Atlanta with the rebound. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
Yeah, they were just pounded on the inside, particularly on that backboard. That was a huge disadvantage for them.
Well, that's always a disadvantage when you get blasted on the glass. They needed to do a much better job of getting inside position. And if you can't do that, it's going to be a long day on the backboards.
And the jam by David Lee.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
The Hawks trail by 20. Schroeder kicks to Scott. The pass to Hardaway. Feeds it to Schroeder. Off the pick. And again, it's Atlanta.
He's come out here in the second half and done a nice job moving, getting good looks, and finding his range.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Brooklyn Nets.
Jarrett Jack is checked in for Brooklyn. Splitters checked in. Both teams changing it up here. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. On the court for Atlanta, Teague and Korver are the guards. Mike Scott out there with Horford, and it's Cephalosha in its small forward. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Here's Peeler, and that comes off the assist by Jeff Teague.
Peeler.
The Nets have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. From deep, Walker, and that one's good. Walker's got 32 points in the game.
Not shot from outside. There's no doubt about that. Spreading the floor and getting them up.
Love the mentality there, I tell you. I know I've never coached, but, man, playing to win and being aggressive even with the lead as opposed to being safe and going into prevent offense, I'll take the former all day long. Play to win.
Teague for three. Hollis Jefferson with the rebound. Hollis Jefferson's got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight. So the wing on the left. There's Walker with the three. No good. Atlanta's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. To the middle. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. And the Nets making a change here. Young's checked in. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Nets?
And you really can't help but notice all the points they've continued to get off turnovers.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
Lets it go with a three. Scott can't get it to go.
Boy, that's a surprising miss right there. He usually feasts on those wide open opportunities. Kevin, he's missing shot after shot after shot from long range. With time running low, he'd be better off trying something else.
Right wing. And Patterson kicks to Scott. Teague against Walker. The 10-footer. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
Not pretty. You just got to shake off a miss like that.
Here's Young. And he uses both hands to jam it in.
Almost an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender can't give up that much of a height advantage and expect to contest it.
Outside Teague. Inside. Pass to Muscala. Offensive rebound. The Nets have gone 5 of 11 from the field in the fourth quarter. Young for three. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Walker's got his 8th assist here tonight.
Man, they came out smoking here from beyond.
And, Greg, as hot as they are from out there, absolutely no reason at all not to just keep letting them fly.
For Brooklyn, they've gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the fourth and even 50%. Young left side. Back to Walker. From deep. Let's keep it alive. And
Second chance becomes a dunk. We could feel over here.
GA, such a good, aggressive play in the paint.
Guys, it's all about persistence on the offensive glass. You just can't ever give up on a play.
Teague drives in. Off target with the free throw line, Jay. The Nets have gone through the fourth quarter shooting 50%, 7 of 14. Now Walker. Thaddeus Young on the wing. Three-pointer. Cannot hit. And it's the Hawks taking it the other way.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Teague with a clean look. Basket number 8 for him on 13 tries. That's 62% so far. Teague against Walker. Scott pulls it in. Atlanta's gone ice cold from three-point land, 0 of 4 since the start of the final quarter. Plenty of space. Hollis Jefferson with the rebound. Hollis Jefferson. Got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Pass to Blatch. Back to Walker. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Walker's got 11 in the second half.
And he has just been in a flow offensively. Terrific game. He has been the X factor.
And Teague, here we go. Off the left rim and out. The net shooting has just been outstanding tonight. 56% as a team in this game. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
I didn't really expect him to turn it over as many times as he has in the second half. It's caught me by surprise because before the break he only had one.
McCullough's checked in for Brooklyn. Nick Stauskas comes in for Hollis Jefferson. And a change for the Hawks. Splitters checked in. Stauskas. The shot's good on the assist by Walker. Walker's got 9 assists now tonight. The Hawks shooting a respectable 47% from the field in this one. And Teague, here we go. Out of bounds. Hawks ball as Atlanta keeps possession.
Yeah, that's a super defensive play. If that gets through, no doubt they score.
And that's why he sold out for it, because he knew he had to make that play. He wasn't going to let them get the advantage.
Lee's checked in for Brooklyn. And the Hawks making a change here as well. Dennis Schroeder's checked in for Jeff Teague.
Not only is their lead big, but their advantage on the boards is huge too.
They've been the aggressors, plain and simple, outworking them, fighting for every loose ball.
Outside, Walker. From deep three-point range, they get the rebound. There's 1:54 left in the fourth quarter. No good on the three. The Hawks shooting in the fourth quarter down around 31%, not playing with as much energy here lately. Kicks it to Patterson. His first shot coming late. Brooklyn with the rebound.
And you saw how quick the defense was. They were ready for him. They got the hand in the face there and made that much more difficult.
Yeah, and every team needs that kind of rugged interior defense because you want to try to distract your opponents when they get inside, and you also want to make them uncomfortable in their shot attempts.
Splitter sets a screen. That is good.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for Brooklyn.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, you know, Clark, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Well, it's more than luck, Kevin. I think the shot selection was good, too.
And with this effort tonight, grabbing their 8th win of the year.
And as we get set to put this one to bed, a one-sided season series thus far, they've won 2 straight.
Yep, but 2 more to go before the end of the season, and they'll obviously be very confident heading into those 2 games.
And what a huge standout performance it was for Walker. You can do a lot to change a game other than scoring, and it was his quick hands on the defensive end that put them in the driver's seat.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. 44 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. The dish to Stauskas. Looks a big height bounce and goes in.
And they feel good about this win tonight, guys, defending their home court.
I agree. Job well done. They gave these fans exactly what they wanted.
Patterson, the screen. And Scott now, top of the key, stolen by Walker. There's the three. No good.
Next foul.
Quit reaching.
Free. That's his third personal foul. Shooting.
That's good from Schroeder.
Dennis Schroeder taking 2 shots.
Schroeder hits them both. And Brooklyn has possession. There's Walker with the three. Good.
And since the start of the fourth quarter, that three-point shot has just been there.
Yeah, exactly. Doing an excellent job, I think, finding the open guy on the perimeter. And the three-pointer is a major weapon for him right now in this quarter.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Freak. Talk about lighting it up in the second. Just huge. And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for
plays you want to see and some VC and 2K TV Interactive. Tune in now. It's our first 2K TV postseason show of the year. We take a quick look at the NBA playoffs, give you all the important road to the finals updates, vote on the top plays you want to see, and give you a chance at some VC and 2K TV Interactive. Tune in now. It's our first 2K TV season show of the year. We take a quick look at the NBA playoffs, give you all the important updates, vote on the top plays you want to see, and give you a chance at some VC and 2K TV Interactive. Tune in now. It's our first show of the year. It's our first 2K TV postseason show of the year. We take a quick look at the NBA playoffs, give you all the important road to the finals updates, vote on the top plays you want to see, and give you a chance at some VC and 2K TV Interactive. Tune in now.
Brooklyn, we go hard. We on the look for the advantage. We work hard. And if we do, we rub it up, but baby. What happens to make me sick? Darling, run away with it. Smile in your face, I'm on your back. God for the strength they lack. So if you got another way, you can look the other way. You know another way. Tell them to right to that baby.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
This is 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA. We're joined by the legends, Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We'll watch the Brooklyn Nets in this one as they go up against the Jazz out in Salt Lake City. Well, for the Jazz, they've gone 4-1 over the last 5, playing pretty well, and they're looking to build on that tonight. And tip-off approaching, but in the meantime, let's discuss post play. Shaq, you were a dominant post scorer. Duh. Who do you think are the top post scorers in the NBA right now?
Well, one, DeMarcus Cousins, 25-13, can go inside and go outside. He's a little frantic at times, but he's up there. Zach Randolph, he's got great feet work, nice soft touch. Big Al Jefferson, a.k.a. Baby Fundamentals. He does everything with his right hand, so he's so good. That's all he needs. And Brook Lopez.
The crowd has assembled here at the Energy Solutions Arena in Salt Lake City, Utah to cheer on the Jazz. This is the first game in the Nets road trip. It'll be the Nets off the tip.
Chris
Jazz leading by 4. And Brooklyn looking who they've got. Walker in at point guard. Bogdanovich out there with Young. And it's McCullough in at the 5 down low. And that's an intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Now, here's Walker. He's coming off a 37-point game against Atlanta.
And don't forget his unbelievable steal total in that game. I mean, almost to the point they didn't want to bring the ball up the floor.
And here is Burke following the three-pointer by Freak. Favors with a screen on Walker. Here's Burke. Bogdanovich grabs the miss. Bogdanovich has got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Patience. Patience.
And the Jazz making a change here. Max checked in. Utah leading. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
For Utah, they have gone 6 of 9 at the line.
Yeah, a lot of whistles here early.
The forwards are Hayward and Favors. Then it's Exum. Then it's Jeff Withey. That's the group for Utah getting going here in the second. Dishes it to Exum. Favors with the screen. And out of bounds as the Nets gain possession. Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Hawks just played phenomenal. He had 37 points, as he usually does, really knocking down shots from beyond the arc. It was a performance for the ages, and one that will have the whole league talking.
Great job, Doris. Thank you, guys. It's going to be very interesting. So it's both teams making substitutions here. And they go to the intentional foul. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for the Nets.
Great hustle defensively through the first half, contesting everything and racking up the block shots.
Yeah, another thing they've done well, guys, is getting in the passing lanes. They've been active with their hands, feet have been in good position, and they've come up with a lot of steals. That's making a difference here, too.
Brooklyn leading by 4. Walker the pass to Young.
Punches it down with pop.
Rubs it in. It looks like a little deeper with the hanging finish.
I tell you what, they're not backing off at all, are they?
And that last replay courtesy of Pia. And the first both teams will make substitutions. So we've reached the end. Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far. Jack with it. He's got 8. And Brooklyn looking who they've got. Walker in at shooting guard. Blatch out there with Young. Then it's Jarrett Jack. And it's Stauskas in at the small forward position.
Yeah, he'll make the walk of shame back to the bench. He gets to watch the rest from the sideline.
And Mack kicks the Favors. And the foul called on Freak. And so he's picked up his final foul. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson. Got Shaquille O'Neal, got Kenny the Jet Smith. Without further ado, let's take a look at our Jordan player of the game. Just a monster first quarter of the game. He came out hot and just never cooled down. That boost he gave his team early on, a huge. And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here with my esteemed colleagues, Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We'll watch the Brooklyn Nets in this one as they go up against the Grizzlies in Memphis. And for Memphis, they've gone 4-1 over the last 5, playing pretty well, and they're looking to build on that tonight. And guys, the fans always enjoy hearing stories from your playing days. Let's talk teammates. Shaq, who were your favorite guys to play with over the years?
You know, everyone loves the Shaq, and Shaq has 4 rings, but I'm saying it here.
They all love
real
the Shaq.
life. Yeah, everybody loves Shaq.
Okay.
I'm sexy, handsome, and qualified. That's what Shaq stands
I
for.
think my question was, who were your favorite teammates?
Let me finish, Ernie. Let me finish. I'm quick to say, hey, I got 4 rings, but I could
You
not,
are quick to say that.
Could not do without Brian Shaw. Brian Shaw was a guy that always looked for me, similar with when how Kenny played with the King. He came down, made sure I got my shots off first. Derek Fisher, we all remember the .04 shot. Rick Fox was a hustler to go out and play. Big Shot Bob.
Oh, wow.
Saved
One of
me
my
so
favorites,
many
too. So
times.
he's won both of our favorites.
Big Shot Bob saved.
Well, we have an interconference affair lined up for you today as the Brooklyn Nets come in for this one. Back in Memphis, the Grizzlies tip off the beginning of a homestand. And, of course, David Lee will need someone to... Changes. Spates checked in for Randolph. Allen comes in for P.J. Hairston. And it's Livingston in for Mike Conley. Setting the floor for the Nets. Walker in at point guard. Young out there at Blatch. And it's Kilpatrick in at the 2.
You know, the defense was lax right there, and he's able to make them pay. And a moment here to check out the numbers for Thaddeus Young. He's getting around 16 points a game, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists. And he's been a rock in the middle for them over that stretch of games. Dominating the glass is his trademark.
And when you look at those rebounds, they have a cumulative effect on the opponent. His effort wears them down physically and mentally.
Yeah, not
Conley with it. 23 points for him the last game against the Rockets. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Brandon Wright's checked in for Gasol. Spates comes in for Zach Randolph. And Stevenson's checked in for Hairston. And it's Livingston in for Tony Allen. And a chance for just a second now to check out the scoring breakdown for Brooklyn. And the first half is now in the...
Okay, that was some strong work in the first half. Let's talk about what we got to do to keep this crowd out of the game. I'm not going to single out any one guy because we've gotten contributions from all over the place. I can't say enough about the work you fellas did coming off the bench especially. Our three-point shooting was a highlight though, and that should open things up for us inside the second half. They've got no choice but to come out a little higher on us on the perimeter. And let me touch on tempo for a second. We're not out to use the whole shot clock, but I would like to see us get set up offensively. That's it for now, guys.
Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Brooklyn making some changes. McCullough's checked in for Young. And Walker subbed in for Bellinelli. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin.
So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Spates checked in for Gasol. Wright comes in for Zach Randolph. Allen's checked in for Lance Stevenson. And it's Livingston in for Mike Conley. So for Brooklyn now, Walker, he's in at the point. Young is out there with Stauskas. Then it's Blatch, and it's Kilpatrick in at the 2 guard.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg.
And so it's Brooklyn E.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Many thanks, Kevin. And now a chance to check out some of the tremendous play tonight from our Jordan player of the game. With a strong double-double, points and rebounds, he was a force that was not going to be denied with his efforts both on offense and defense.
His game was all about effort tonight. Those valuable second chance opportunities were huge. He didn't just put in the work on the defensive side. I think it was the extra effort on the offensive glass was one of the key factors in this win tonight.
He was up over about, let me check my stats here, over 50%. That right there, Ernie, that's rock solid. No matter how the defense came at him, he was ready for it, and it didn't even mess with the shot. It was a smooth touch. He had it going tonight, fellas.
And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show. For me and Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful...
You guys have been making it look too easy the last few games. How long do you think this will last?
We don't think about that. To us, there is no winning streak. We go into each game feeling like we can win, and we do everything in our power to make that happen. Simple as that. It's the only way you can approach this kind of thing without driving yourself crazy. You know what I mean?
Are you getting the ball as much as you'd like out there?
That kind of thing doesn't matter to me. As long as we're winning games, I don't care how much I have the ball in my hands. I really don't. The team comes first. You know that.
I saw your longtime girlfriend, Yvette Mendenhall, was in attendance at the game today. So when are you going to get her a ring?
Whoa. All right, I didn't know we were going to get all personal up in here tonight. If there's anything I learned after my first season in the NBA, is that it's best to keep my personal life private. So that's what I'm going to do. Me and Yvette are happy, just like we've always been. She means the world to me, and that's all I'm going to say. All right, I'm out.
Seja com quem for, a minha vida é cantar. Nunca no mesmo lugar. Seja sozinho a dois, o resto eu vejo depois. Mas só em pensar que com a sua face, tudo que eu pedisse, só você quem me desse. Aí pensando Deus se esse quarto falasse. Mas que pena, já era, já era, já era. Não deixo mais aquela tão bela e singela. E nem dá. Porque se eu ouço a voz dela é através de alô. Se passou pela favela é porque alguém me falou. Então já.
It's our first 2K TV postseason show of the year. We take a quick look at the NBA playoffs, give you all the important road to the finals updates, vote on the top plays you want to see, and give you a chance at some BC.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Early season's greetings, NBA fans. I'm Ernie Johnson. Thanks for joining us. Got Shaquille O'Neal here. Got Kenny the Jet Smith here for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll watch the Brooklyn Nets in this one as they go up against the Miami Heat at American Airlines Arena. A lot of W's recently for this Miami team. It's been exactly the kind of start to the season that they were shooting for. They've lost only once in their first 7 games. Can't ask for much more than that. All right, guys, topic of the day. There was a stat that came out that was really interesting. Until last season, every NBA Finals in the last 15 years included either Duncan, Kobe, or Wade. Kenny, do you think Wade's impact on the NBA has gone underrated?
I think it has. I would say that I can't name 3 two guards in the history of the game that have a better career than him. I don't think I can name more than 3. Jerry West, Michael Jordan. That's about it. I'm not sure.
You know, above all else, Wade has won titles.
Kobe.
And he's done it in a number of roles with a number of rosters. He's a unique player, and over the last decade and a half, I have to agree with you, Kenny.
But those are the 3.
Yeah,
Kobe,
I agree with you.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
The Nets are out of Brooklyn as they take on their Eastern Conference rival in today's game. And with the road trip approaching, The Heat will play their final game.